The journey has been full of learning and discoveries. The journey has been about always prioritizing what the current ecosystem has in store for you, sorting them out well, and the journey of looking forward. But looking forward, not by forgetting where we came here, how we came here, and where we came here from. We celebrate small successes and milestones, and we use those celebrations to kind of look back more deeply into what has worked for us and how we can repeat that. In terms of milestones, there have been many incremental milestones rather than, one or two big ones. Difficult to prioritize one ahead of the other, but in chronological order and by arranging them by, one by business growth, one internal organization, I'll try to lay them out. Our first large customer win, which came in 6 months from registering our company. I think that was a big milestone for us at that time, because that gave us the confidence that a lot of risk of entrepreneurship is now converting into reward when you get a customer and when you have a large name trusting you with some work. From then, we have onboarded 30 plus customers. All these names are customers that any MSME would love to have on their client list. And we have celebrated every such customer onboarding as a milestone as well. From an ownership perspective, a big milestone for us was to have more employees own, stocks directly at Thoucentric. We did that in 4 or 5 different stages from our inception till now. We have about 15 active employees who own shares directly in the company. These employee onboardings as shareholders were again very important milestones for us that created a sense of bonding in the company, in the core team, which, the fruits of which we are bearing even now. We also have external investors in the company, people who do not actively work for the company but have invested in us. Those investments were big milestones too, that gave us the confidence that people sitting outside also have the confidence in investing their money with us. Our first campus recruitment year, today Thoucentric has a reasonably mature campus engagement model with most of the B schools in India. I think the first entry into a campus, hiring people directly from campus with the confidence to groom them inside our organization was a big learning, big milestone, big belief in ourselves. So I remember that very fondly. And internally, if you look at, how we changed, how we transformed ourselves, 2 years into our entrepreneurial journeys, we started organizing ourselves into practices. We have a supply chain practice, a finance practice, a sales enablement practice, an analytics practice, business apps practice. So 6 practices really. Organizing ourselves into practices helped us organize our solutioning and delivery model much more competitively in the market. And that was a big change for us. I think that is a big milestone that helped us, start competing for bigger business. And we are also creating young, homegrown leadership for those practices, which again, we are very proud of. Outside of that, I think we have registered international subsidiaries as a company of our size. Being able to go ahead, register international subsidiaries and send people from the company to go and set up that business was a big, I would say, a risky and a daring step from our side, which we pulled off quite successfully in the last few years. And then coming back most recently, starting the analytics practice, which was not something that we, kind of started off as a business with. It came a little later. We onboarded somebody to set up that practice outside of our running practices, using AI, ML now to solve customer issues. It gave a lot of confidence to the rest of the organization that we are moving in the right direction. Using, our expertise in AI, ML and our functional expertise, we've also developed our own platforms. And recently we've set up a subsidiary, Thoucentric Labs, which is totally focused on those platforms and trying to make that world class. So that probably is the latest of our milestones that we believe will go a long way forward. We compete in the market, I think, with very established and large companies, companies that we all look up to. So Calling them peers is a bit of an understatement for their size and structure. But yeah, I think we still get business. We compete for the same pie, and there are customers who give us business and give us repeat business. So there is something that we do right, and there are two ways to look at it. The one is, what does the customer answer to this question? What do they see different in us because of which they give us business and not to a large player? The most common answer we have heard from our customers who trust us and believe us is, there's something special about you guys. And then it's our job to introspect and see what is that special that they are seeing, so we can keep nurturing that special thing that we have. And our answer to that is, I think, very simple things that we try to do right. When we know that something is the right thing to do, the amount of decision making in the organization to go ahead and do that, there's very little debate and discussion. We just do what we think is the right thing to do. In terms of how we engage with our customers, what engagement model we can have with our customers to deliver a particular solution, we are extremely nimble-footed in that. We don't have a lot of, I would say, strict engagement models that we want to stick to and engagement models that we do not want to stick to, which might come in large organizations because of their size, because of their business model, I don't know. But I think that agility, that nimbleness is what the customers perceive as that something special about Thoucentric. And there's another thing which I believe Thoucentric does very well. It is our ability to combine our functional expertise and our technical expertise flawlessly at all levels. I think large organizations have the ability to combine their functional and technical expertise together to deliver a solution, at a leadership level very, very effectively. But somehow at an execution level, it might fall off. For us, maybe because of our size right now, and the challenge for us is to overcome that, as we grow in size. I think right now we are able to blend our functional and technical capabilities into a solution very, very effectively. So whatever we do, it has the right technology involved in it and is very, very easily adopted by the business. And that remains our focus. And we also, I think, another thing is much easier for us to do is to consider a customer's failure as our failure. It's very easy for companies to say, yes, our success is only driven by customer success. But how much are we ready to take accountability for our customer's failure, where we are involved, of course? I think that culture is very strong in our company. And probably that is another thing which adds up to, there's something special about Thoucentric. But again, I truly believe this is a question answered best by our customers. And as long as there is something special about Thoucentric, finding the real answer to it is not important, as long as that reaction is evoked from your stakeholders and customers. People, I would say there's nothing more mystical about success mantras than our people. And that people is not just people who are actively employed in Thoucentric. The people from our customers, from our partners. As a consulting company, we are nothing but an output of our collective intelligence and knowledge, and the ecosystem we build to co-create solutions through that intelligence and knowledge. We back each other's strengths, we shield each other's weaknesses or ignore it for a while. Yeah, I mean, internally, when we say there's something special about Thoucentric, we always mean it's, the person I'm talking to inside Thoucentric. It's just, a crazy bunch of people who don't need any motivation or a reason to work sincerely. They just do it out of habit. So people and their sincerity is our success mantra.